What do you do when you're working with a coaching client and they don't get the results they want? I'm guessing this is one of your biggest fears when it comes to your coaching business, because I hear it all the time from my clients, and it's actually a question that recently came up for one of my coaching clients that I'm working with, and she was working with a client to help her client lose weight, and she was very afraid of what was going to happen if her client did not lose weight when she was working with her. And so I want to talk about this in this week's video. And the reason why this topic is so important is because this fear of your clients not getting the results they want, it actually holds a lot of coaches back from ever starting their business, from ever putting themselves out there and even offering to help people. And truthfully, this is super sad because number one, you know you're meant to go out there, make a big difference and help people. And number two, there's a lot of people that could really benefit from your help. But if you're not willing to put it out there because you're so afraid of people potentially maybe not getting the results, both you and your potential clients are really missing out. And so I'm gonna go through some things that I want you to keep in mind when you're working with clients so you don't let this fear of what happens if my clients don't get the results hold you back, okay? So check in with yourself and ask you, let me know in the comments below, does this fear hold you back in your business? Is this one of your biggest fears, like, oh my gosh, what if my clients don't get the results? Let me know below. So the first thing I want to talk about is understanding the difference between your responsibilities as a coach and your client's responsibilities as your client, okay? And knowing that a coach-client relationship is a team, and that as a coach, you are not doing the work for your client. You cannot guarantee they're gonna get results because they are the ones that are taking action. They are the ones that are responsible for the results. So as a coach, you show up as the mentor, as the guide, as someone who is helping hold them accountable, who may be showing them where they're getting stuck, but you are not responsible for the results because you are not the one who is doing the work, making the changes, okay? So you really, number one, like that's the thing you need to keep in mind, okay? That you are not responsible for the results. Like, super important, okay? And this is why so many clients, so many coaches work with clients who get different results, right? And I've seen this, I've been in business for 8+ years working as a coach at this point. And I show up the same for all of my clients, right? And I really walk them through the same steps. I coach them the same way. And my clients all get different results. And this doesn't mean I'm a bad coach. It doesn't mean that I'm not doing the right thing. It means that I'm not responsible for my clients' results because I'm not the one who's doing the work. And everyone's coming to work with me from a different background, different circumstances. They have different levels of skills, different abilities to put themselves out there, different personalities. Like there's so many different things that come into play when it comes to your client getting results that you can't take it personally to mean something about you or your coaching, or that you're doing a bad job. Okay. So that's the first thing to think about. The second thing is that as a coach, you really need to let go of your agenda and expectations for your clients, because what you are there to do is to help your clients reach their goals, not your goals for the client, your client's goals, okay? So I think sometimes we get our own agenda mixed up with our client's agenda, what they want to achieve, and that this can get in our way. So we need to step back a little bit, let our clients have their experience and really help them reach their goals, as opposed to getting up in our head about what we want our clients to accomplish, okay? So one of the big things when it comes to this is tough love, okay? And showing your clients the truth. So as a coach, you want to show up and show your clients where they're getting stuck. the things they may not be seeing, the things that may be holding them back. And that requires some tough love, right? You don't want to just show up and your client keeps coming each week and they're like, I didn't do it because this got in the way and this happened. And, if you just never say anything about that or never address any of these things, you're allowing your client to stay stuck in the same patterns that they've been in forever. And as a coach, we want to show them these things are keeping you stuck. These are excuses. Let's find a way to work through these things, right? So it's finding the balance between showing your client some tough love and showing them where they're getting stuck versus you trying to do the work for your client or you trying to push your client to do things. Okay. So you got to find that balance. Okay. So the third thing that I want to talk about is that you need to trust that your client will get what they need from working together. And they may have work to do before they're ready to move on to something else, or maybe even what it is they hired you for. So for example, if they hired you to help them lose weight, there may be some underlying things that they need to address before they're ready to even really get that result, okay? And so you need to really know that what happens with the client may look a little different than what you expect or what you want. Once again, letting go of what you want for the client and doing what they want, and allowing some, flexibility there, to not get so caught up in what it has to look like when you work together. Because sometimes they're not getting what they expected, but they're getting what they actually need. Okay. So be aware of that. And that goes into looking the results may look a little different too. So for example, if it comes to weight loss, people a lot of times want to lose weight. They have a lot of underlying reasons, right? They want to feel more confident. They want to be healthier. They want to have a better relationship and show up differently in their relationships. And maybe they feel like their weight is holding them back. So the thing is, they could get those other results without actually losing weight. Okay. And so you have to just kind of let go a little bit. Like I said, once again, a lot of times your clients are maybe getting what they need and it may look a little different than what you thought. And your clients can still be ecstatic about this. They could be really happy. They could be like, oh my gosh, my life has changed in so many ways. I'm feeling more confident. I'm eating healthier. And maybe they didn't lose weight. Maybe they haven't even checked their weight because they're not going on the scale anymore and not, no longer obsessed about weighing themselves every day. So we really want to look at the big picture and all the things that have changed for your clients, right? And this is one of the things I see with the clients I work with. So many people get a huge transformation in their confidence, and in what they believe in themselves, how they show up. And this goes along with a lot of the things in their business. And sometimes, like I said, they have some of this underlying work that they need to do before they start getting some of the other results. And that's okay, because everyone is different. Everyone is coming from a different place and has different work that they have to do to get the results they want to get. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk about is looking at what is the worst that would happen. So let's say someone works with you, they don't get the results, and they're unhappy. What is the worst thing that is going to happen? The worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to feel uncomfortable because they may give you some criticism. They may even, let's say, ask for their money back. You can decide how you want to handle that situation. But that's the worst that's going to happen. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You might get some criticism. You might have some people that are unhappy. And you will survive this, okay? It's happened to me in my business. It will happen to most people. If you put yourself out there and you work with a fair number of people, you're going to get people who may not be happy. And like I said, a lot of times this has to do with how they show up and their thoughts, and not necessarily has anything to do with your coaching. Because you could work with a bunch of different people, give them the exact same coaching, the exact same program, and everyone is going to have a different experience with it. And you can't control this, okay? And so let's say, looking at this, the worst that's happened is you get some criticism and it makes you feel uncomfortable. So a lot of people are so scared of that feeling uncomfortable from having maybe gotten some criticism from working with someone that they will never put themselves out there. They will never get visible. They will never coach anyone because they're so afraid of that happening. And that's the worst thing that's happening. You feeling uncomfortable. Okay. So I think seeing this is so important because, like I said, anyone who's out there doing amazing things, changing lives, getting visible, creating businesses, they're going to get some criticism. They're going to get some people who aren't happy with what it is they do. And we can't control that. Okay. So don't allow that to stop you from helping other people, to stop you from starting your business, to stop you from coaching and making a big impact. Okay. That's my biggest thing for you. All right. So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Did you find this helpful? Are you going to start putting yourself out there now that you don't have to be so scared about what happens if someone does not get the results they want? So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos just like this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell, you'll get a notification each time I post a new video. And if you want to dive a bit deeper into the steps of starting and building your online coaching business, I have a free training that walks you through that, and I will link it below this video. So thank you so much for joining me in this week's video, and I will see you next time.